Hello, and thank you for joining us, everybody, to the School Mental Health Mindful Movement Series that we host every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're thankful for allowing us to share the skills and the knowledge from Victoria Marie, Iron Plume Woman. This is a part of the SAMHSA grant that we're awarded with the Mental Health Technology Transfer Center, specifically serving American Indian and Alaska Native mental health families in the K through 12 as a part of the supplemental project. The National American Indian and Alaska Native Mental Health Technology Transfer Center is supported by a grant from SAMHSA. The content of this event is the creation of the presenter, Victoria Marie, and the opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect the views or policies of SAMHSA, HHS, or the American Indian and Alaska Native MHTTC. Here before you, you can read our land acknowledgement as we can pay tribute to the land that has afforded us this opportunity and pay respect to the indigenous nations whose homelands were forcibly taken over and inhabited. Please continue to read on for the next few moments. This document was created by 3 of our staff members, Ella Driscoll, Keely Driscoll, and Sean Bear, all members of the Meskwaki Nations. We have Teresa Brewington as our co-director for the MHTTC K through 12 School Supplemental Program, as well as our Trauma Initiative. She is an enrolled member of the Tribe, descendant of the Lumbee Tribe. She holds a master's in educational leadership, a master's in business administration, and 36 credit hours, master's in counseling. She's held positions as a director at several mental health agencies and worked as a school guidance counselor, serving mostly Hispanic and Latino students. She's also served as a foster care agency supervisor, where she worked directly with the Salt River Pima Indian community, Native American children in foster homes. Her last position was as an elementary school principal for Native children at the Meskwaki settlement located in Iowa, where she currently resides. I'm Dr. and I serve alongside Teresa and our current graduate assistants who help us serve our community. A little bit about the National American Indian Alaska Native MHTTC K through 12 program. You have some links that you can click on and find out more about what we offer for technical information, and the QR code are listed at the bottom of this page. As mentioned, Victoria Marie is our presenter, and I'd like to turn it over at this time to her as our certified yoga instructor, beauty yoga instructor, and a yoga of 12-step recovery leader, a life coach, a communication facilitator for Indigenous youth, and she holds a degree in business management. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you so much for that. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another movement practice. Today is winter solstice. It is the official start to winter, although some of us experience winter maybe a little longer. Maybe some of us have yet to see any snow. What we're going to do today is practice tapping into our own inner light and what that looks like, and how we can tap into that throughout winter. So we will go ahead and meet in our chair. We will be stepping aside from the chair, so please make sure that you do have space to set the chair aside after we do our warm-ups, so that we may practice going down towards the floor and standing. Let's go ahead and meet in seated. I'll adjust my seat and my position as needed. Let's go ahead and sit comfortably. Sitting up tall, keeping the back away from the chair. Feet are rested on the floor. Heels beneath the knees. Knees are about hip width distance apart. Hands resting in the lap. Shoulders relaxed, lowered away from the ears. And the top of our head reaching up towards the sky. As we reach up, it's almost as if we're being pulled up by a string. Now I invite you to close your eyes. With our eyes closed, let's begin to observe the breath. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. Feeling the belly rise on the inhale and exhaling out. Begin to observe the body. Checking in with how the body feels from the top of the head, shoulders, elbows, the hands, down the spine, around the hips, down to the knees, the feet, and to the tip of the toes. Now that we've connected with the breath more deeply, checked in on the body, begin to bring that awareness to your thoughts. Observing how you're feeling at this moment, or the emotions that you've brought into practice. And begin to sort them out. Once we've identified some of these emotions, let's take them and place them outside of the room. And for this next minute, connect with the breath, observe the body, quiet any thoughts, or acknowledge them and let them pass. Not dwelling on anything, not spending too much time, just acknowledging and letting him go. Big deep breath in. Exhale out through the nose. Part of our practice for winter solstice and moving forward is tapping into our own inner light on days when the nights are much longer. Our circadian rhythm, for some of us, can be affected. If you are still on your moon cycle, you will follow a different rhythm, following the cycles of the moon. But because our nights are longer, it's okay to take more time to rest than to rush, to go to bed a little bit earlier. Time to not force anything. The time to reflect on the old and begin to welcome the new and to honor everything in between. The changes, the emotions, the feelings that arise during this time and during this season. Taking this time for yourself. Begin to visualize that light within your heart. Bringing in the light from outside. Adding to the light within your heart, getting brighter. Beginning to fill the chest and the body. Until you see and feel that light on the outside. At any time, you can always tap back into this because that light is there. Whenever you need time for yourself, come right back to this place. Drawing in that light into the heart and feel it expand. Placing a soft smile on the face. Beginning to open the eyes. Taking those hands down. Palms face up. We'll inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Slight back bend. Exhale, bring it down to the heart. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, back down. The next time our hands are going to come down, we're going to reach out for that light. We're going to fill our space with it above our head. Exhale and bring it down to the heart. We'll take those hands down, grasping onto the chair, seat of the chair. We'll take the head over to the right, down and over to the left. From side to side. Working through anything you might be holding on to. Remember, our nervous system starts right in our brainstem. So stimulating, moving the head around, working out any tension here. Even sending your breath to your neck, to your shoulders. Head down to the chest. Inhale, head rises up. Let's take those hands down and circle out the wrists. Shoulders up and bring them back. Plant the hands above the knees, chin lowers down towards the chest. Inhale, rising up, press that heart forward. Exhale, tuck the chin, arch the spine. Inhale, coming to a neutral position. Now let's go ahead and come to standing. You can keep the chair next to you for support if you need to. Our feet do not need to be touching, but we want to keep them hip-width distance apart, toes facing forward. Those hands down, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. When we forward fold, our fingertips can be touching or we can place them above the shins. And as we do so, we want to reach through the upper body, micro bend in the knees. So reaching through the crown. Exhale, forward fold. Here, we're going to go ahead and plant the hands. We're going to step back. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Untuck the toes. Press up into cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale, rising back up. So my fingers are spread wide. Pressing into the palms. Exhale, back down. The elbows are pressed towards the heels. Now we'll tuck the toes. You can use the knees for support, but we're going to come to all fours. So we'll press up, lower the knees down. If there's any discomfort with the wrists, you can always come to fists. You can always come to forearms if you'd like as well. Here we're going to lower the belly, lift the tailbone, head rise. Exhale, tap the tailbone, arch the spine, round of the head. Coming to a neutral. We're going to take the head and the hips over to the right. So making a C shape with the spine. Back to center and over to the left. Back to center. Now we'll go ahead and come back into our high plank. Press back, downward facing dog. Here we have micro bend in the knees, micro bend in the elbows. Pedal out the feet. And pressing forward. Here we're going to take the foot and bring it to the back of the hand. So we're going to lower down into a malasana. Feet are more out to the side. When practicing at home, you can always use blocks. I don't have any here today, but you can always put blocks underneath your seat to lift up. Now plant the hands. We're going to align the heels and the toes, lift the hips. So wide-legged forward fold or into straddle. Exhale, we're going to lower down even more. Inhale, halfway lift, reaching through. We can plant the hands. We're going to draw the heels in, toes out. We're going to slowly rise up. This can also be practiced on the chair if you like. Taking the feet up to the side. So if the toes out, the knees are apart, our tailbone is anchored down. So I'm going to keep the knees out. Coming here into goddess pose, we're going to bring the hands into the chest. Interlace the fingers, press the palms down. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, back down. We're going to lengthen through the legs. Take those hands down or out. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, forward fold, toes forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's go ahead and step the feet together or hip width distance apart. Bend generously through the knees. Take those hands, inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, hands come down. You can continue to use the chair for support for balance if you need to. Creating that natural suction underneath the feet, lift the toes. Lower them down. Let's go ahead and come into our standing tree. You can take the ankle or the heel to the right ankle, left heel to right ankle, or you can bring it all the way up. Option to hold or bring hands to heart center. Exhale, lower down, switching sides. Again, lift those toes, plant them down, tree variation of your choice. You might notice if you're more balanced on one side than the other today. Exhale, lower down. Let's go ahead and come back to our chair. Sitting down. We're going to take that right ankle, bring it up. Right ankle above left knee. We're going to hinge forward. Keeping the head lifted. Inhale, rise. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Hinging at the waist. And rise. Let's go ahead and sit, leaning back into the chair. Bring one leg up at a time to the chest. Keep the toes flexed out. Option to keep that leg right here, or take the opposite hand, grasp onto the outside of that foot and extend it up. So opposite hand, opposite foot. My right hand is grasping onto the outside of my left foot. And the shoulders drawn back. Exhale, lower down, switch sides. And use that hand, take it to the outside of that other foot and extend it up. Exhale, lower down. Get out any final stretches here that you need to, whatever you feel like your body is needing right now. Circle out the feet. And you may go ahead and sit back. Here we're going to bring our hands to the heart. Eyes are closed. Feel the warmth of the palms above the heart. Continuing to generate heat here. Feeling your own warmth. Something you yourself can provide. Feeling the light from the day surrounding us. Bringing that light right back into the heart space. Here we feel our heart warm and bright. Reminding ourselves that we have new beginnings before us. Reflecting on things that will no longer serve us, things that we need to let go of. Whether that be emotions, relationships, responsibilities. And taking care of ourselves. Let's go ahead and sit up tall. Take those hands down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bring it into heart. Bowing forward, doing thanks to yourselves and to others for being here and being a part of practice. Being thankful for this day, welcoming the winter solstice. I want to say thank you, Padanya Miigwech. Thank you, everybody.